Say family, it's your brother K. Judah, giving all praise to the Most High Yah, and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To my Israelite family worldwide, I say peace and blessings. I want to give a big salute to my beloved CUC family. Big salute to my FOPE family. Family, what y'all about to see is very hard to watch. But we got to continue to tell the truth about what's going on in our communities, with our children, with our brothers. I'm about to play a few videos. Let me give my disclaimer. This is a disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permit by copyright status that might otherwise be infringing. Let me get to the videos, family. I'll be back.
In St. Louis tonight, there's a $100,000 reward for information in a wave of child killings. Dean Reynolds reports at least a dozen kids aged 16 and younger have been killed in St. Louis since this past spring.
There's a new and heartbreaking fact about homicides in this city. Kids are getting killed. 3-year-old Kennedy Powell was shot in the chest in June eating a pizza outside her home. Tracy Wofford is her grandmother.
Every time I look out here on the ground, I see her. And it's hard.
Kennedy was one of at least 12 children under 17, 6 of them under 11, who've been murdered here since April, at least a threefold increase over all of last year. Journey Thompson was 8 and standing near a high school football game when she was killed last Friday. Rashid Thompson is her father.
When all this clears up, I want to take my 2 youngest kids and I want to move out of town. I can't see myself wanting to be here knowing this is the city that my daughter was murdered in.
Lyda Cruson is the mayor of that city, where a reward of $100,000 is being offered until September 1st for information on the killings.
Have you seen an increase in tips since you offered this reward?
We have. I talked with the chief. There have been an increase in tips. Not enough.
And yet there have been no arrests.
Who shoots in the direction of a 7-year-old or a 10-year-old? So it's so outrageous.
Mayor Cruson says St. Louis needs more police officers and tougher gun laws. Other than a felon, anyone in Missouri can walk down the street with a gun, concealed or not, without a permit because none is required.
You can carry an AK-47 or AR-15, and sometimes people do. It's very intimidating.
James Clark is an anti-violence activist.
Now the mentality says whoever's with you, they can get it too.
Do you want revenge?
No, I want the person to come forward. If you can take my daughter away from me, be man enough to come forth and say you did it. You hurt our whole family.
Welcome back. Tragic developing stories from the holiday weekend. At least 4 children were among the victims of gun violence in several U.S. cities. Now, one child was 8-year-old Sequoia Turner. She and 3 other people were shot near the Wendy's where Rayshard Brooks was killed by police just last month. In Chicago, a 7-year-old girl was also killed in a shooting.
It's a shame that kids can't be out here playing without worrying about people shooting and doing nonsense.
And in Washington, D.C., an 11-year-old boy lost his life when bullets were fired near the Frederick Douglass Community Center. In Alabama, a 22-year-old faces a capital murder charge for a shooting that killed an 8-year-old at a shopping mall just south of Birmingham.
Well, Keenan, as I'm sure you remember, late last week, we were standing on the side of the freeway telling you about a little toddler who had been shot and killed, Bryson Christian. He was driving in his family's truck while that happened. And now Detroit police believe the shooters may have believed that vehicle actually belonged to someone else. And then just yesterday, another avoidable tragedy.
My heart sunk. These are children. My heart sunk.
It's the fifth time in a week a Metro Detroit family has been faced with the unthinkable, losing a child to gun violence. This most recent incident happened inside a home near Kelly and Hayes on the east side. Detroit police say 3 kids were inside the home, 2 12-year-old twins and a 13-year-old. It's believed one of them found a gun. It discharged, killing one of the twins.
I thought it might have been fireworks or something like that. But after that, I seen all the police cars and I knew something bad had happened.
Just days prior, a toddler, 2-year-old Bryson Christian, killed on his way home from his brother's basketball practice. He was riding in his family's truck on I-75. 2 men now face murder charges in the shooting that killed little Bryson and hurt his 9-year-old brother. Investigators now say this could have been a case of mistaken identity, that the shooters believed the vehicle belonged to someone else. The toddler, now the inspiration behind a new DPD effort to curb road rage incidents and other violence on the freeways.
Today I'm announcing Operation Bryson.
DPD will team up with other neighboring police agencies in which freeways run through.
We're going to partner. We're going to use eyes in the sky, air support, and we're going to provide patrols on freeways.
Meanwhile, police are also urging people to take the simple and free steps to protect their kids at home.
We have these gun locks. We give these out at our precincts, hundreds of them, and people have to secure their weapon. We're still, investigating to figure out what exactly happened, but the facts remain the same, that young children got a hold of a weapon, and this is the result.
Now, back in March of this year, you might remember we covered 2 other separate incidents involving kids playing with guns. One of those children died too, and in those cases as well, parents were not present during the time. And back at that time, Detroit police again urging people to come and pick up one of those free gun locks at those precincts. Back to that I-75 freeway shooting, which killed 2-year-old Bryson Christian. Detroit police say more arrests in that case are possible. And interim police chief James White said that Bryson's uncle is actually a member of the department here, so that tragedy hitting even closer to home for some of these officers.
What y'all notice, family? What y'all notice about all the killing of the church? What y'all notice? What y'all notice, family? Can y'all please tell me what y'all notice with all the killing of them church? Guess who killed all them babies? For the ones who was killed by gun violence. Black men. The Most High is blessing those with children, and demons in the community is taking away the church. The Most High is blessing those with children, and demons in the community is taking away church. But you have people out here saying that they gonna wage war for 7 to 12 years against women when you have black men walking up to other black men, shooting them in the head, when you have black men making live videos on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter about how they killing the ops, when you have young black men terrorizing the community, when you have young black men killing children. One brother made a post on Facebook. All the man did was make a post. Some young men followed him, killed his 7-year-old baby in the back seat, went live and bragged about it. But they say they waging war on women when this going on in the community. All the images you just saw was babies, but they not waging war on that. When you look in the eyes of all them babies that was on these images, they was killed by black men. But nobody want to talk about the evil and wickedness and how a lot of black men have become brute beasts. You are like the Gentile. Your mind is a reprobate mind like the Gentile. You have become vile and a vagabond like the Gentile. You are a murderer. You shed blood. You are just like the Gentile with brown skin. Family. If you're going to be a servant of Yah, you men, you must call out wrong when you see it and not have selective outrage. I have not seen any videos calling out all the wickedness and evil what you just saw. All them babies was killed by black men who are shooting in the wrong direction. Black men who looking for the ops. So when you see the op, you don't care who in the car. The future of a lot of y'all children is the grave. The future of a lot of your children is indeed the grave. Let me get to the other videos. And what I want to know after y'all watch these two videos, and I'm not coming up here to bash children. I'm coming up here to talk to the children as a big brother. But all you grown men, I had to pray before I did this live. Pray for your brother K. Judah. Because I be really hating these Negroes with a righteous hatred. But I'm asking Yah, strengthen me, Yah. Strengthen me. Because this is type of stuff when you see these Negroes in the so-called Israelite community telling the world that they're going to have a bloodbath with the weaker vessel. They want to go to war with women when men is plaguing the community. Men are plaguing the community.
This just be my room right here. One boy shot my house up. I was right there on the bed, me and my little brother Quan. They shot my house up from right here. This is my mama's shit right here. They shot my mama's house up. They shot this part right here. My mama was in the room. They shot that bitch up. My house always got shot up. They always spent on my shit. But then we doubling back though, for real. Come here though.
The ATK gang. Investigators say this organization is connected to a string of murders in Jacksonville.
There's many names for ATK. Ace's Top Killers is one. 9 people potentially responsible for the 15 murders that we know of, and who knows what else.
The day we're shooting scenes for When I See You, Who I Smoke.
Who I Smoke came out of nowhere, went crazy, kind of made it more mainstream to where people who don't even know y'all, they were tapped into it. Did you make them do that?
I don't know. I took it too far when they made a song for speaking. Once the dead get involved, it's already too far.
Hi, what is up everybody? For the past few months, the most talked about song on social media is the Who I Smoke video from Young and Ace. It exposed the mainstream to the deadliest rap feud that's been going on for years, and it's happening in Jacksonville, Florida. Rappers from there are on a completely different wave, hiding the clues to revenge killings inside their music videos, taking the beats from classic pop songs, and trying to rap the most demonic shit over it. Young and Ace and his crew remixed the classic Vanessa Carlton song 1,000 Miles and flipped it, filming at a plush golf course, smoking cigars, all while dancing to lyrics that celebrate the deaths of their rival crew, led by the rapper Fulio out of North Jacksonville. Who I Smoke went viral, hitting 16 million views in 1 month, and getting reactions from all the biggest influencers online.
Who I Smoke. Say it.
No! Hey, Fulio, come get this nigga before he playing with your top.
This is one of the most savage videos I've seen. Just, you know why? They ain't show one gun in the video. But the way they seem to be just nonchalantly enjoying life while clowning the niggas who died?
So Fulio had to retaliate in a darker, more ominous way, remixing a classic Fantasia song, and in the music video, printing out a big poster of two of Ace's friends and his blood brother who died by Ace's side in a drive-by shooting outside a Japanese steakhouse. Ace was the only one in the car who survived. Since then, both Fulio's crew and Young and Ace's crew released this song after this song towards each other, leaving hidden messages in the music videos.
Got kidnapped, they found his bones, he was right. Corbin.
Where is Corbin Johnson? The 18-year-old's parents say they dropped him off last week at a job interview, and they never saw him again.
Left his house Wednesday night. Here's a picture of him behind us. And there's little in the way of clues as to where he might be.
Corbin ass was lost until they found him in that bag.
Corbin Johnson was last seen alive in July of last year. Then last Friday, man discovered the victim's skeletal remains.
But what makes this situation real cold is some of the folks beefing are literal cousins, blood relatives caught up on opposite ends of the feud.
Now, that is your cousin. Nigga, fuck your cousin, man. That's your real cousin? That nigga cousin, I don't give a f*** about that nigga cousin.
Now, we're getting into all this, but first I got my guy Millies with Jim Jones for the song of the day today. This is Heightened Senses. Let's go.
Trying to turn a pandemic to a pandemic. Still racked up when the government can't lend it. You suckers spending unemployment checks on Class A, avoiding wreck like dudes ain't put your homie in the ashtray. It's nasty. Got it on me right now, I'm sliding through the trenches. Never lived this lifestyle, we grew up jumping fences. Life or death game, I had to play this shit relentless. Surviving on my instincts, had to heighten on my sin. I stay up at night and think about the things.
Alright, in order to understand this story, we gotta go to the biggest city in the country in terms of land size. That's not in Alaska, and that's Jacksonville, Florida. Florida's always had a huge presence in rap music, especially in the last 2 decades. But its biggest city, Jacksonville, never really got any mainstream success until now. And that's all because of these viral diss records between two crews. Young and Ace is the face of ATK Gang, which mostly occupies the west side of Jacksonville. His rival Fulio is the face of KTA, alias Kill Them All, which is an alliance between two groups. Fulio's gang from the north, and Young and Reckless, a crew from the south side. What's worse about this beef is the amount of mutual friends both camps had at one point in time. Ace and Fulio were never exactly close, but they did have mutual friends such as Queso, who right now is locked up with his own father, charged for 2 murders, including the killing of Fulio's blood brother, Bibby. After Bibby's murder, Queso would notoriously walk around wearing Bibby jerseys, taking photos like it was a trophy. He even released an album in 2019, putting images of his dead ops as the cover, like a Mount Rushmore of fallen rivals. Jacksonville Police, or JSO, are notorious for not cracking cases. In fact, 70% of murders in the city go unsolved. So folks online came up with the catchphrase, JSO loves Queso, for the simple fact that he telegraphs what he's doing on social media.
You see a hawk like this? Come here, boy! Come here, boy!
All of Queso's songs have millions of views on YouTube, and he was actually very close with King Von. The two had music together. Queso even appeared in that infamous video where Quando Rondo and Von were joking around with each other back when they were on good terms.
Dirty ass nigga!
Queso was there as well. But back in Jacksonville, Queso had a well-known reputation for demonic antics. He famously tried to organize a team deathmatch in real life with his own cousins, who repped the rival gang, KTA.
What's up? Where you at? Come on, I do a team deathmatch. Right now? Y'all two versus us two. Look at my cousin.
Before I play the other video, people will have you believe that in the so-called black community, when you are dealing with the Most High, Yah, all things must be done in decency, in righteousness, and we must tell the truth. So these men will have you believe in the Israelite community that the reason why the young boys are out of order is because the woman is raising the young boys. But when you dealing with righteousness, you will ask these same men, did not a man lay down with these women to bring forth these sons that you see? Yes, K. Judah. So why you won't go get their fathers and tell their fathers that you left many sons behind who are now committing violent acts, murdering people, laughing about it, joking. Rap music, raise your sons. Hatred, raise your sons. Demonic activity, raise your sons. So all you fathers who left these boys behind, you are the reason your sons are in demonic activity, not the woman. You are the reason why your sons are dying by the buckloads, not the woman. You left your sons and now they dropping like flies. Before I get to the second video, do y'all not see that it's not the women in the community that's going around on live videos, going through the community, shooting children, killing one another? The elderly can't even sit on the porch. Granddaddy can't walk to the store. The babies can't stand at the bus stop. Guess why? Because of demonic activity coming from your sons. Even grown men who in their 50s, 40s, making rap videos like they children. Who are the young men following? Rappers. The Gentile can sit back in the think tank with other Gentiles. They can clap their hand. They have done a wonderful job in watching you Negroes and creating social media. Their game plan have been accomplished because now you take each other out. They stand by and watch you take each other out. They laugh. They mock. They shake their head watching you young people take each other out. And then you bragging about killing your own blood relatives. But people want you to believe that we should go to war with women, but leave this part undone. They want to have a bloodbath with women, but leave all this demonic activity undone. I didn't see one woman with a gun in her hand bragging about her ops. So why they won't call this part out? Let me get to the second video and then I'm going to get to the scriptures. Fathers of the United States. I'm only talking about United States because I'm in it. I'm only talking about this place because I'm here with my people. We here, scattered in different states. You left your sons behind. And all you see on YouTube is what, family? women being blamed for men being effeminate, women being blamed for their daughters and their sons' behavior. But I have not heard these Negroes call the father out for leaving these children, started another family, and now your son is a murderer. Your daughter don't know how to behave herself. But nobody using righteous discernment to say that son is looking for love and that daughter is looking for a father. The son is full of anger. The daughter is full of anger. They both want their daddy, and he gone with another family. And a lot of times the children see the daddy with his new woman, with his new children. But these Negroes want you to believe that this is happening because of black women. Please help us, Father. Father, how can I not have a righteous hatred towards these wicked, perverse, lying Negroes who claim to be your servants, take your word, defile your word, make your word abominable, attack one group and leave everything else undone, Father, and claim to be your servants, lying saying you gave them signs to attack your daughters, the weaker vessel. That's what they said, Father. You gave them a sign to make a bloodbath with women. If anybody believe that something is wrong with you, you have a reprobate mind. If you believe the Most High gave a Negro a sign to have a bloodbath with the daughters of Zion, who are the weaker vessel. Oh, that's why you attack the women. They the weaker vessel. Why you not calling out what's going on in all these different states with all these children dying? Why? Are you Negroes scared to call out the wickedness of these young? What you think they gonna come to your city? Are you shook? Because according to y'all, you ain't scared of nothing. Let's get to the second video, fam.
No gloves. He couldn't get who robbed him, and instead he ended up killing Fulio's cousin, Zion, and wounding a 9-year-old girl. If this was the start of a war, Zion's death was the catalyst. Not long after, Zion's sister was shot 14 times in an attempt to prevent her from going to trial and testifying. She miraculously survived, and Young and Ace's friend who did the shooting was sentenced to life. But things were just getting started. Fulio's cousin being the first death in the beef meant KTA were looking to get revenge swiftly. They needed to make an example. Ace's music was starting to pick up steam. His new song, F That, was getting millions of views on Worldstar in mere days. Fans were already comparing him to Youngboy. Then a week later, this happened.
4 young men were in this car when they were shot. The vehicle pulled up to their Chevy sedan, opened fire, then took off. And one is in critical condition at the hospital.
Keontae Bullard, the only survivor of the quadruple shooting.
It's a Tuesday in June of 2018. Ace, his brother, and 2 friends were going to Wasabi, a Japanese steakhouse, for Ace's friend's 18th birthday. Everyone was in good spirits, taking photos. It was a celebration. But little did they know, the whole time, they were under surveillance. Rivals had found out their location because of Ace's Instagram story, taking photos outside the steakhouse. Ace even recorded his friends eating inside the restaurant and posted that too. So their enemies waited outside, watching them eat, then followed them leaving the restaurant, driving along the highway. When they got to a red light, the shooters opened fire on the passenger side of Ace's car, killing his 2 best friends and his brother, leaving Ace in critical condition. It was a quadruple shooting, and Fulio got the news before anyone else did, except he thought Ace was dead.
Them boy lost the Fortnite match. Still coming up, man. Cold summer alert, man. 2-3 pack, man. Ace pack, bitch.
Of course, Ace survived, but he lost everything. His brother and his 2 best friends. The attention, however, was helping grow his career. NBA Youngboy would FaceTime him to record a song, and it also motivated Ace to make his biggest record ever, called Pain. which went viral and as we speak has 50 million views on YouTube. But the blood spilling was not over. Every time Ace would drop a song, his rival YNR Mookie would use the same song titles to make a diss track. The Jacksonville police even created a whole new department called the Violence Reduction Strategy Team, whose whole job was to basically comb through music videos from both camps looking for clues. The assistant chief even said in an interview, "I don't think their primary goal is to entertain, but they are making real rap music." And at the top of the next year, in February 2019, Fulio's little brother Bibby was the next target for assassination. Bibby was just 16 at the time, and he was coming home from school one day in his own neighborhood on the north side of Jacksonville at the Hilltop Apartments. He was sitting on a gazebo in the courtyard of his complex with a friend. The two were looking at their phones when all of a sudden, pounding gunfire erupted. Bibby and his friend dropped the phone and jumped. Both started running in different directions, frantically looking for cover. A total of 60 rounds was shot in under 15 seconds. Bibby was killed instantly. A year later, when the court documents were unsealed, the police named Queso as the gunman responsible for Bibby's murder, saying that they drove for hours, circling the complex, parking, waiting, until finally springing out and unleashing Draco rounds in Bibby's direction. Then Queso allegedly walked up to Bibby, who was on the ground, shielding himself from the gunfire, and executed him at close range, before fleeing the apartment complex in a gray Nissan. The court documents also mentioned Queso's affinity for wearing Bibby jerseys, and posting it to his IG page in celebration. Queso's bond is currently set at $4 million. For Fulio, losing his brother and his cousin in a short period of time was devastating. But 2019 was also the year his music was going to the next level. 1 million views, back to back to back, consistently. And he was doing it all independent. Fulio was a big deal in Florida, but not quite big enough to be touring the country on his own. Unlike his rival Young and Ace, who was booking shows in multiple states. Just a month after Fulio's brother died, Ace was performing at a nightclub in Waycross, Georgia. Him and his crew went back to the hotel to relax by the pool when they were suddenly ambushed. An SUV pulled up and a group of guys hopped out shooting. Queso was there and didn't hesitate for 1 second to shoot back. One of Queso's boys, Rallo, died at the pool in that shootout. Only Ace's side got arrested for shooting back. The other gunmen were never found by police. Queso would say the quiet part out loud in his song Been Dead, where the lyrics go, "Shoulda killed me in Waycross, they hopped out with the K's. Me and Scotty bustin' back, we were on the same page." That's the same music video where he puts his cousin Lil 9 in the microwave. A month after dropping this song, Queso was arrested for a whole different murder alongside his father, who was charged with accessory after the fact. Allegedly, they were getting revenge on a rival rapper named KTA Lil Buck, who dissed Queso's older brother that died in a van full of Queso's relatives when 2 cars rolled up, blocking them off and put 100 bullets inside the car. Lil Buck was Fulio's close friend and a high-priced target that ATK got the drop on, allegedly rolling up at 11 in the morning while he was applying for a job to assassinate him. Queso posted to his Insta story right after, saying, "I kill a dude, then get my toes done."
Receiving a pedicure with the caption, "Kill a N-word, then go get my toes done."
This wasn't the first hit done outside a job site. Another rapper, Jump Out, who beefed with Young and Ace and ATK, was killed while waiting in line to apply for a job at an Amazon warehouse, leading to the infamous line on Who I Smoke, where they say, "Found out where he was working and clocked him out." The war had escalated to a point where, no matter where they were, no matter who it was, one side was shooting at the other and the other would shoot back. We can count a dozen of Fulio's friends who are locked up, and YNR Mookie and Slugga T are behind bars too. Even Fulio's girlfriend got shot in the head.
Y'all thought I was dead. Y'all ain't underscored this yet, boy.
And to this day, Young and Ace still has a bullet casing in his butt from the quadruple shooting outside the Wasabi Steakhouse. That's it for this video. Let me know what you want me to cover in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.
Hey, young women, young Israelite women, you trying to impress these young boys. Don't lose your life trying to be down, young sister. The young sister got shot in the head, and to impress her boyfriend, she laughing with a big old scar on top of her head. World Star Hip Hop, YouTube. Thank y'all for being pathetic. Thank y'all for being pathetic. Now we understand how it really go. If you demonic, you get pushed to the top real fast. Real fast. 50 million views, dog, on that demonic activity. All them millions of views for that demonic activity. But I get it though. You get pushed quicker to the front of the line when you doing what these young men's doing. Now, in the midst of everything that's going on with us as a people, these are enemies to the community with demonic activity. And then we got what just happened in Buffalo, that pathetic Gentile. And you got your own people also killing you. But I'm still trying to understand, how is the black woman the problem when everything I done showed you from these two videos and from the last video is black men going around shooting other black men in the head, family on camera. Black man walk up to another black man at Walmart and shoot him in the head in broad daylight. Black man walk up to another black man and shoot him in the head. Black man walk up to an elderly man, a security guard, shoot him dead and dig in his pockets. But they want to go to war with women. They scared to go to war with men. They want to go to war with women. But all the demonic activity, and if you women is a part of these groups, you trying to impress these young boys. And you're going to lose your life with these young boys. She joining the group because she looking for a father figure. The other young boys joining the other dude because they looking for a father figure. But nobody holding up a mirror. Nobody holding up a mirror to look at themselves and see the reflection of what they really see. Because nobody want to know the truth. If you hold up a mirror to Black America, and I'm just saying black for the sake of Black America. If you hold up a mirror to Black America, ain't no way you can be pleased as an Israelite or black person and make it seem like everything is just all good among us. Now I understand why the Most High Yah is going to wipe half of his people out. Oh man, why the Lord letting these kids kill each other? The Lord not letting your kids do nothing. The Most High didn't put the gun in none of these young men's hands and tell them to kill each other. Your children is under demonic influence. Now they're going to blame the mamas for not raising the boys right. When what you want her to do? He won't listen to mama because he looking for his daddy. He cursing out his mama because he looking for his daddy. Mama, where my daddy at? Why my daddy left us, mama? He didn't want me or something? I can't stand when a Negro say, man, these women wicked though. Man, you got wickedness in the women. You got wickedness in the men. Now it's trickling down to your children from the ages of 10 on up. You got 11-year-old packing guns, 12-year-old packing guns, and it go all the way up. Where they getting the influence from? Your rappers, rap videos, the lyrics. I'ma kill my op. Where they get that from? Call of Duty. Your children are being raised by social media. Rappers are your children's daddy. Hatred is your children's daddy. Wickedness is your children's daddy. Demonic activity, Hashatan, is your children's daddy. Let me get to the scriptures. Let me get to the scriptures. Y'all got to bear with me, family. Pray for your brother K. Judah. I'm serious. I don't have an emotional hatred. I have a righteous. I despise stupidity. I despise men who will lie and use the word. I just heard a Negro say, and then I'm about to get to the scriptures. I just heard a Negro say that the Most High Yah don't care about the men committing fornication. He just care about the women doing it. And y'all don't think I'm supposed to despise these Negroes? So if they want to have a bloodbath with the sisters, you don't think that's going to trickle down in other men's minds and they going to think it's okay that they can harm the daughters of Zion? Nobody looking at that though, right? Nobody looking at the fact that when you are a teacher and you have a big platform and you say something over the airwaves and you tell men, join our militia. That's what I'm going to call you, goofy Negroes, a militia. God, come join our militia group. We having a 7 to 12-year war. We having a 7 to 12-year war. It's going to be a bloodbath with women. And y'all think I'm supposed to sit back, watch these Negroes lie on y'all and y'all sure and not say nothing? Show me a scripture where the Most High say he don't care about the men committing fornication. He just care about when the women do it. Where's the scripture that say that? Let's go to Proverbs 22. All the parents who have younger children who's coming up behind all what you see, guard the minds of your babies. Guard the minds of your babies. Teach your babies, thus said the Lord, while you have a chance. Teach your daughters, teach your sons, because a lot of men, you have left your family behind. He gone, family, never coming back. He gone, never coming back. Proverbs 22. And your brother K. Judah gonna read verse 6. Please, parents, guard the mind of your babies. Why would you want to lose your babies? Do the best you can, and I guarantee you, if you raise them in Yah, he will protect your babies. If you raise them in Yah, he will sustain your babies. All these babies that are being born are dying before they can live, dying before they can breathe, dying before they can make an impact. Please, Father, guard the minds of these babies. Pray for the children, Israel. Y'all always talking about children are the future. It don't look like they have a future. The children that's coming up behind us, where they dying before they can live. Our children are the next generation to make an impact. Well, how they gonna make an impact when they out here in demonic activity? The Gentiles have done their job. And we are dispendable at this point. The Gentile have done his job. And in his mind, we are dispendable at this point. Proverbs 22 and verse 6. And it reads, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he would not depart from it. Did you hear that, Israel? Train up your children in the way they should go. What way they should go? In the word of Yah. The first fear they supposed to have is not of you, mama and daddy, but of Yah. They supposed to fear Yah before they fear you, mama and daddy. They supposed to know Yah before they know you, mama and daddy, when they up in age, as they grow. You got to catch your babies when they're young, and you got to instill in them the fear of Yah. So when they get older, they going to know they can't be doing what you saw in these videos, because the fear going to grip them of what Yah can do. The Gentiles will be opening up more funeral homes. The Gentiles will be creating more headstones. The Gentiles will be creating more caskets, because a lot of your children, their future is the grave. So if your children at their young age, mama and daddy, instill the word in them, and when they get out of line and they act like they're going to buck at you, this what you do. Let's go to Proverbs 29. Proverbs 29. A lot of you children, you want to disrespect your mama. You want to curse out your mama and put your hand on your mama. You are going to die before you can live, young brother and sister. Proverbs 29. And your brother K. Judah going to read verse 15 through 18. And it reads, the rod and reproof give wisdom. Did you hear that? The rod, the belt, whoop they behind when they get out of line. Well, K. Judah, we can't whoop them because, the Gentiles are locked. Get locked up. You're going to save your child, though. If you go to jail for saving your child, get locked up. Whoop that behind. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself, what you saw in the video. But a child left to himself, what you saw in the video. But a child left to himself, bring it his mother to shame. All these mothers crying across America. All these mothers crying in different states. Why are they crying, K. Judah? Because their sons are either doing the killing or being killed by another young black man. Verse 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increase, but the righteous shall see their fall. Correct thy son. Read that again, King Judah. Correct thy son and your daughter. Correct your son and your daughter. Correct thy son, and he shall give thee rest. Yea, he shall give delight unto thy soul. They not giving no delight to the souls of their mama. And I got to keep saying mama, because the mama don't have the capacity to leave her babies. But the man can walk out. But the woman can't never walk out. Because men cannot nurture babies. Men, you don't have the capacity to nurture a child in its infant stage. So he needs the nurture of a mother. You always hear Negroes talking about, give me my baby when the baby is born, but you don't have nothing to nurture that baby with. So why should the judge give you the baby when the baby needs to be nurtured by the mother? We have no logic in Israel, no common sense in Israel. All we do is engage in foolishness. And like Moshe say, buffoonery. Verse 18, where there is no vision, the people perish. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Where there is no vision, your children don't have no vision. They don't see past 21. They don't see past 18. They don't see past 16. They brag about death. They're entrenched in death culture. Verse 18, where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. This is why you got to catch your babies while they are young, so they can keep the law. So they can understand Yah and what is Yah will in their life. All your children had a purpose in this life. But because of no direction, because of a lack of love, because of no confidence being instilled in the children, they went the way that lead to destruction and not the narrow path that lead to life, which is this word, family, this word. Let's go to Proverbs 13, verse 24. Proverbs 13 and verse 24. Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 24. And it reads, he that spared his rod hated his son. See, you cannot spare the rod, family. You cannot spare the rod, family. Spank that behind. You are saving them. Chastise them. You are saving them. Go upside that head. You are saving them. They might not understand right now, but you are saving them. Verse 24 again. He that spared his rod hated his son, but he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes. Keep your foot in that behind. Don't worry about the weeping and crying. You are saving your son and daughter. Proverbs 23, and I'm going to pick it up at verse 13. Proverbs. Young people of America and all our people scattered. Life is precious, and you only get one. Y'all are dying before you can enjoy life. You are dying by the hands of another young brother. You are bragging about murders that you have committed. But every last one of you young brothers are at a reasonable age to be held accountable for your actions. It's 20 years old and up. The path that y'all going, the lake of fire awaits a lot of you young men. A lot of you young sisters out there committing violent acts also to impress these young men. The lake of fire awaits you, young sister, if you do not change your behavior. Young brother, the lake of fire awaits you if you do not change your behavior. The Most High Yah is a man of war, and he is sitting back on his throne. He's sitting back on his throne and watching everything that's going on with us as a people, and he's shaking his head. Well, why y'all won't stop it, K. Judah? Why should he? Why should he? There's a wrong way and there's a right way. There's a wrong way and there's a right way. They chose to go the wrong way. So why should y'all stop it? What you want y'all and Yahshua to do? Put an end to their demonic activity? Absolutely not. They are purging each other. They are purging each other. And y'all not gonna do nothing. Why should he do anything? Proverbs 23 and verse 13. Proverbs 23 and verse 13. And it reads, withhold not correction from thy child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he should not die. Thou should beat him with the rod and should deliver his soul from hell. What hell is he talking about? The grave. You should deliver his soul from the grave. You got to always remember, when the Lord say grave, it also can mean hell. But the lake of fire is also called hell. This is why you have to rightly divide the word, because you may get confused on words sometimes. Hell is the grave. Verse 14. Thou shalt beat him with the rod and shalt deliver his soul from hell. My son, if thy heart be wise, my heart shall rejoice, even mine. Yea, my reign shall rejoice when thy lips speak right things. Let not thy heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. For surely there's an end, and thy expectation should not be cut off. There is an end. There is an end. But you want your end to be on the side of righteousness. You don't want your end to be on the side of demonic activity because you're going to the lake with the snake. You going to the lake with the snake. Because some of your kids, you do have parents, they do all they can do. And the child's still wicked. Let me say that again. You have parents, they do all they can do. All they can do. And the child is still wicked. So the Most High got something for that type of child. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1 through 9. Well, first, let me show you how the Most High say what we supposed to do with the children. Then I'm going to show you when you have a rebellious son, when the parents have done all they can do, what the Lord wants you to do to that type of child. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1 through 9, and it reads, Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments, which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that you might do them in the land whither you go to possess, that thou mayest fear thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son, and thy son's sons. Is he only talking about the sons? When he says sons, do that not also go for daughters? Yes. Sons, meaning daughters also. That thou mightest fear thy God, to keep his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, thou and thy son, and thy son's sons all the day of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged. Your children's days are not being prolonged. Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily, as the Lord God of thy fathers hath promised thee, in the land that floweth with milk and honey. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words, which I command thee this day, shall be in thy heart, meaning your mind, shall be in your heart, meaning your mind. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and thou shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up, and thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be as frontlets between your eyes. What's between your eyes? Your mind. Your mind. Your mind. So you're supposed to teach them diligently, non-stop, to your children. And if you do not catch them at a young age, when they get 18, 17, 16, they don't want to hear this word. Now, I'm not saying that go for all children, but most of the children, when they get 18, they want to have some fun. They want to be out there with the friends. They want to enjoy life. So you got to instill this word in them so when they do get 18, 16, 15, 19, the word will be in their mind. In their mind. Verse 9, and thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates. So they supposed to always remember the word. They supposed to always remember Yahshua HaMashiach and the Most High Yah. Worship the Most High Yah and have faith in your big brother. Worship the Most High Yah and have faith in your big brother. Let's go to Proverbs 22 and 15. Proverbs 22 and 15. My heart is heavy for them babies. My heart is heavy for them babies. But they want to go to war with women. My heart is heavy for the demonic activity that's going on with our young brothers. but they want to go to war with women. My heart is heavy for all the elderly that are being killed by other young people because we have no respect for the hoary head. We have no love for the elderly. A lot of children don't even have no love for their mamas. They'll kill her if she get out of pocket. But they want to go to war with women. 22 and verse 15. Proverbs 22 and verse 15. And it reads, foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, because it's a child, family. We all been foolish. And foolishness will be bound in the heart of a child. So that's why you got to chastise them. You have to correct them. You have to let them know that ain't the way to go. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction should drive it forth from him. So a lot of these children don't have no correction. But then you have parents that do try to get them corrections. And I'm going to show you that type of child. I'm going to show you what the Lord wants you to do with that type of child. Now, you just heard the Bible say foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction should drive it forth from him. Now, if you do not correct your children, what's going to happen, K. Judah? Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 2. And I'm going to read verse 1 through 3. Then I'll tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. Proverbs. 2 Kings, I'm sorry. 2 Kings. We got to call it out, family. How weak is a man's heart to see all the wickedness going on in the nation of Israel, but you only pull out what you want in the wickedness. Let me ask that again. Out of all the wickedness that's going on in Israel, but you only gonna pull out what you think is wicked and you go attack that instead of going in righteousness, attacking everything that's plaguing us as a people. But you just want to go at women and say, we going to war with women. But I see you scared to go to war with these demonic activities that these young brothers is engaging in. You don't want to call this out. You don't want to call out all the murders and wickedness of these young men, killing children, standing at the bus stop, killing children, riding in the car with their daddy and their mama, killing a little girl who just trying to get us some McDonald's. It's not women who's going to the grave site and peeing on the ops. It's other young men, but y'all don't want to call none of that out. You want to have a 7 to 12-year war with women. Man, y'all weak, boy. That is the weakest thing I ever heard in my entire life. That is the weakest thing I ever heard in my life, for a man to ask other men to participate in going to war with a group of women. How weak is your heart? 2 Kings. And the Most High did not give you no sign. You lying on Yah. If y'all would have gave you a sign, you would have had your militia already. Don't nobody want to join that. A real man would never join something like that that sounds so stupid. Second Kings chapter 2. And your brother K. Judah gonna pick it up at verse 1 through 3, and it reads, and it came to pass, when the Lord would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind, that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. And Elijah said unto Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they went down to Bethel. Jump down to verse 6. Verse 6. And it reads, and Elijah said unto him, tarry, I pray you, here, for the Lord hath sent me to Jordan. And he said, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. And they two went on. Jump down to verse 9 through 11. 9 through 11, and it reads, and it came to pass, when they were going over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I should do for thee, before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it should be so unto thee. But if not, it should not be so. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. Jump down to verse 15. Verse 15. And it reads, and when the sons of the prophets, which were to view at Jericho, saw him, they said, the spirit of Elijah do rest upon Elisha. And they came to meet him and bowed themselves to the ground before him. Jump down to verse 23 to 24. And it reads, and he went up from thence unto Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him and said unto him, go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood and tear 42 children of them. Hold up. Hold up. Somebody is going to say, I can't serve no God like that. Somebody going to say, that's unrighteous. How can God kill children? Somebody out there going to say, how can God do such a thing? This is why, family. Proverbs 22 and verse 15 again. Proverbs 22 and verse 15 again. When you're dealing with the word of Yah, you got to remove your emotions. This is why. Proverbs 22 and verse 15. Foolishness is born in the heart of a child. So them children, them little children. Now, when God say little children, I don't know how old they were. When God say a child in the Bible, he called Solomon a child. How old was Solomon though? Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction should drive it far from him. If you don't want your children to die by Yah, you better raise them in Yah. If you don't want your children to die by Yah, you better raise them in Yah. Because foolishness is bound in the heart of your children. But if you don't correct your children, they're going to die. You don't see what I just showed you? Those are young men, or what we would call young children for people our age, right? But they old enough. So when God said a young child, well, in this case, he said little children. How old was the children if they was able to mock a prophet? Do y'all see what I'm saying? You know they couldn't be 5 and 4. Come on, you know they couldn't be 6. They was like, go up, you bald head. So how old was these children to understand to mock a man of God? Knowledge. You got to have common sense. You know, this wasn't no 5-year-old or no 4-year-old saying that. So when God say little children, how old was these children in God's eyes to call them little children? For them to mock a prophet. Because foolishness is bound in the heart of children. We was all so foolish. But we ain't never disrespected the elderly. We always said no ma'am and no sir. So if you don't want God to kill your children, you better raise your children right. And you better raise them in the admonition of the Lord. Because these young men you saw in these videos, the grave awaits them. They don't care about getting locked up. They making videos giving the police details on how they killed the person. And then the police go find the body because they putting it in the rap song where they killed him at, where they left the body at, how they put him in the bag, how they threw him in the water. And the police listen to the rap music, go right to the river and find the body because these young demonic kids under demonic influence, demonic activity, Hashatan having a field day with your church. And that's why I always keep telling y'all, a lot of these young men just searching for love. So that's why they turn to that which is wrong. Because they just crying out, but they doing it in the wrong way though. Don't think a young man don't need his father. Don't think a young man do not want some male influence to say, hey, young brother, I got you. How come you think when young boys go to prison, when they stand in front of a judge, they start crying? Because he was never really gangster. He was putting on a character, a facade, playing gangster. But he not really gangster. They really afraid. They really scared. But in this case, these two videos, I don't know if I can say that. Because, I mean, they killing cousins. These are blood relatives. And they making videos and laughing and wearing the clothes, putting their cousin in a microwave. So there's a difference between demonic activity and a young man who just crying, not wanting his daddy and wants some love and just need a hug from a man. And that man say, I got you, young brother. That's all boys really want, is for somebody to love us, to take the time out, to hear us out, to let us know it's going to be okay. That's all daughters want, is the love of a father. If a daughter don't get no love from a father, she's going to be brokenhearted a lot of times because she's going to always search in the man as a father figure. Even men that's not good for her. She's going to always search in men for a father figure. And guess what? She is searching for love. Even if it's in the wrong places, she's still searching for love. So she get with men because she's looking for a father. So do you see that the Most High would kill your kids if they are not being raised in Yah? He will, fam. Proverbs 19 and verse 18. Proverbs 19 and verse 18. And it reads, chasten thy son and daughter, chasten thy son, while there is hope. There you go. Chasten your son and daughter while there's hope. And every day they wake up is hope. That's why I never say there's no hope for that child. There's no hope for that person. Now, like I always tell y'all, I cannot speak for y'all, only what the words say. A lot of these kids got 5 and 6 bodies, so I don't know. I let y'all deal with that. I'm just telling you, as long as you waking up every day, there is hope. You can put them guns down. You can repent of all the wicked and evil you have done, and maybe y'all have some mercy on you. I'm not saying you ain't gonna have to pay for the crimes you committed, but Yah is a merciful Elohim. And none of us can say what he would be merciful to and what he would not be merciful to. None of us really know. I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. He do what he want to do. He do what he want to do. Verse 18 again. Chasten thy son and daughter while there is hope, and let not thy soul spare for his crying. Stop worrying about your children crying and saying, please, mama. Oh, mama, don't do it. Put your foot in they behind, son and daughter. And what's the best belt? What is the best belt to correct your children with? The Bible. Whoop they behind with the scriptures and let them know the way you going, the path that you going, you are destined for the grave, young brother, young sister. Black people are the only people on earth who have no conflict resolution. Everything must be done with guns. You got grown men who record themselves on videos fighting each other, grown men. Instead of sitting down at the table and talking it out like men. But they rather turn on a video and start fighting. Grown men now. You got sisters who will kick their shoes off. Somebody got the phone in their hand. And now you got 10 women fighting 5 on 5, tearing each other weave out, tearing each other clothes off, trying to kill each other. Because, boy, I tell you, when we go at each other, all the anger and animosity towards each other fly up, and somebody gonna die. Somebody's gonna die. Because we don't see nothing in each other. When they look in the mirror, they see nothing. So how they gonna see something in you? How you expect somebody to love when they don't love themselves? How you expect somebody to show compassion to you when no compassion was showed to them? No love was showed to them. Let's go, family, to Deuteronomy so I can show you when you got you a hard-headed son or daughter. Let's see what the Lord said. Deuteronomy 21, and I'm almost done. Deuteronomy 21. I keep telling y'all a lot of children are searching for love. Children are searching for love. How come you think everybody died in the wilderness from 20 years old and up? That's the age that God hold you accountable. At 20, you understand what you're doing. That's why he say from 20 and up, they shall all die who have spoken against me. From 20 and up, they shall all die who have spoken against me. And they died, family. And guess who was left? The little children. Deuteronomy 21. And I'm going to read verse 18. Let me show you what the Most High did back in the day when you had a rebellious son. Deuteronomy 21 and verse 18, and it reads, if a man have a stubborn and rebellious son or daughter, which would not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, would not hearken to them. Hold up. They have a rebellious son who would not hearken to them. That means these parents have done all they can do. And he's still hard-headed. Let's go to Exodus. And we coming right back. Precept on precept. Exodus 20 and verse 12, and we coming right back. I want all the young people out there to listen to this. Exodus 20 and verse 12. And it reads, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Young people, if you want to live long, you better honor your mother and your father. And even if your father was not in your life, don't you disrespect your daddy. If your mother is not in your life, don't you disrespect your mother. Even if you move out your mama house, don't you disrespect your mama. I don't care how old you get. Don't you ever disrespect your mama and your daddy. I see a lot of videos of you children putting your hands on your mama. Ain't too many kids gonna put their hands on their fathers, but y'all do put your hands on your mama. And your days are decreasing every time you touch her, every time you disrespect her. So while all y'all always blaming y'all for everything, you have been woefully misinformed. The words say if you honor your mother and father, your days may be long. And if you don't, you gonna die. Did he have to put it in there when he said that your days may be long? So what's the opposite of your days not being long? When you don't honor them, you gonna die. So they are dying younger and younger and younger. They are dying before their mothers and fathers. Children are dying before their mothers and fathers, and the caskets are getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. But you have Negroes want to go to war with women when all this is going on with the babies. All this demonic activity is going on with the young black men. And then we have even older black men who are also committing violent acts. But these Negroes not talking about it. They have not done no video calling out the wickedness that's going on in Israel as a whole. Their thing is that y'all gave them a sign, y'all. And every other black man that don't join them is weak. And that goes to show you how emotional and effeminate you two Negroes are, that you have to call men the B word. But I bet you won't call no man that in his face. That's why I keep telling y'all this YouTube, where everybody think they hard, man, behind the computer screen or what they'll do. But you won't call a man no B word in his face because you know what's going to happen next. So it's easy to say it over the airways. Yeah, you got these Negroes out here, these weak itches. That's sad, bro. You couldn't use no other language. You had to call another man a B word because we are correcting you and the error of your way, lying on y'all, saying y'all gave you a sign to attack women and it's going to be a bloodbath. Who going to do the killing? So y'all commission you to do the bloodbath? Y'all commission you to do the bloodbath. That's what you're telling me? Y'all told you to go 7 to 12 years and have war with women with all this other stuff going on in Israel. Boy, you lied on y'all. Y'all ain't give you no sign. Why would y'all give you a sign with that? Y'all don't be teaching the Bible. Boy, you ain't never did no lesson. What lessons do y'all do? What edification do you give people as far as letting people know the signs of the time? Have you let people know that we are living in Revelations? Have you let people know Jacob's trouble is coming? Have you let them know about the abomination of desolation? What about the man of sin? What about the mystery of iniquity? I don't think so. But you want to go to war with your sisters, though. Weak. Weak, family. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 21. And this time, verse 18 to 21. We got a lot of weak men out here, family. It's the truth. I keep telling y'all it's easy to attack women. It's easy. It's so easy to attack women, family. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's easy to attack women, family. It really is. It's easy. And that's why they doing it. And saying that y'all commission them to do it. They know they lying. Y'all ain't give them no sign to do nothing like that. Verse 18, and it reads, if a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father, or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, would not hearken unto them, then should his father and his mother lay hold on him, and bring him out unto the elders of the city, and unto the gate of his place. And they should say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He would not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So should thou put evil away from among you. And all Israel shall hear and fear. There you go. Y'all heard that? All Israel, no, just some of us. All Israel shall hear and fear. Absolutely. Absolutely, they talking about hurting the daughters of Zion. They say it's going to be a bloodbath. The only bloodbath I could think of is when you're harming people. He said that Yah gave him a sign to go at the daughters of Zion for 7 to 12 years because they are the problem in the community. Not from what I just showed y'all. The problem in the community is the grown men and the young men. From what I just showed y'all, you can go through all the states of America, the cities of America. Go on YouTube, go on Facebook, go on Instagram, and look at all those black men walking up to other black men and shooting them in the head. Go on YouTube, go on Instagram, go on Facebook, and look at all the black women who went into a convenience store and a man tried to holler at her and she said, I'm not interested, so he bite her nose off. Sister can't walk in the store because she go outside and then they jump on her. And then shoot her fiance because she wasn't interested. But y'all gonna tell me women the problem though. When the woman is kindly letting the man know I'm not interested, I have a husband, I have a fiance, I have somebody. Guess what the black man say? Well, you don't gotta act like that, you bougie B-word. And then they beat the woman up. But I don't hear them Negroes calling that out though. Pray for your brother K. Judah, because I have a righteous disdain for these Negroes. So do you see that the son got killed because he did not listen to his father and his mother? I told y'all that your days may be prolonged. His days was not prolonged because he was a glutton and a drunkard, and they tried to chastise him, but he did not listen. He did not listen. So he died. What about the black man that went on Facebook Live and told the world, I just killed my wife and my baby mama? What about the brother who said, yeah, man, I just killed my baby mama. Yeah, her body down there. My baby have good grandparents, though he'll be in good hands. We all do wrong, family. But the point I'm telling you is that these Negroes had the audacity to say that if the men get right in the nation, don't mean the women gonna get right. You see how they just take God's word, allow their feelings and emotions to come in, and they just tell lies, bold-faced lies. Anybody with common sense know when the men stand up in righteousness, the women gonna stand up in righteousness. That's common sense. But they want to keep worrying about women of the world, what they call Jezebels and harlots. But did not the Bible say, I pray not for the world, but for them that you have given me, Father? So all the daughters of Zion who in the truth, how you going to get the world and try to change the world when they of the world? And how you going to try to change somebody disrespecting them, goofy? Proverbs chapter 6. And I got 4 more scriptures after this and I'm out of here. Proverbs chapter 4. You women better be very careful who you let inside your home. You women better be very careful who you let around your children. You women better be very careful who you have children with. Because a lot of black men hate the daughters of Zion. Yes, a lot of these men hate you. And they manifesting their hatred on these YouTube streets, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. They letting the world know how they hate you. And I'm not the only one in this fight. I got a lot of brothers who stand with you, daughters of Zion. We not worrying about the women of the world. What I'm going to go out there worrying about them for and arguing with women of the world when they of the world? We worrying about the righteous sisters, but these Negroes want to go worry about women that's already in the world, waging war on women of the world. Goofy Negroes. What you worrying about them for? They of the world. Proverbs 6. And your brother K. Judah gonna read 20 through 23. Proverbs 6 and 20 through 23. And watch what the Lord say. And it reads, my son, keep thy father's commandment and forsake not the law of thy mother. In order for your mother to have a law and teach you law, she must have some knowledge now. Bind them continually upon thy heart and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. For the commandments is a lamp, and the law is light. And reproof of instructions are the way of life. I told you our children need instructions. Our children need instructions. The father give instructions. The father go out the home. He look back at the kids and say, you better listen to your mama. And the mama laid down the law. By the time the daddy get home, everything is done what he asked them to do, instructions. Because he told them, don't you play with your mama. Don't you say nothing to your mama. Whatever she tell y'all to do in here, you better do it. So they listen to the mama because the father gave the instructions and the mama laid down the law. But these Negroes tell you that the woman got to shut up in the house. These Negroes tell you that she just supposed to be in the kitchen cooking and laying on her back to allow you Negroes who have venomous sperm to give her 100 shots with your poison. Your mind is poison, so the seed that you bear would be poison because you're a poison individual. He poison, the seed poison, meaning the sperm that you bear, you poison Negro. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 1 through 2. Proverbs 4, verse 1 through 2. And it reads, hear ye children, the instructions of a father, and attend to no understanding. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law. Do you see this? Forsake not my law. I give you good doctrines, good instructions, good reproof. And if you parents use it rightfully, and don't be like these goofy Negroes out here using it wrongfully, you will do well. You will do well. Your children will do well. Your household will do well. You will have peace on your job when you raise your children in the admiration of the Lord. Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 8 through 18. Proverbs chapter 1. And this is for all your sons and your daughters. Don't be a follower. Because the Lord wants you to know this. Young man and young woman, don't be a follower. Because the Lord wants you to know this. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 8 through 18. Then I'll tell you when I'm going to skip down, and I have one more scripture after this. Proverbs 1 and verse 8 through 18, and it reads, my son, hear the instructions of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they should be an ornament of grace upon thy head, and chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. There go these Negroes. They asking men to come and join them. These are sinners. These men think because they have fringes on and they doing YouTube videos that make them righteous. But they asking men to come join their wicked militia group to fight against the daughters of Zion. Let me read verse 10 again. My son, if sinners, these niggas, entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their pet. Please refrain y'all foot from the pet of, I ain't gonna even say y'all name. You ain't getting no shine on my channel no more. I ain't gonna say y'all name, but I know y'all too emotional. Both of y'all emotional. And the other dude, the lead singer of 112, boy, all you do is lie. Your hatred for the daughters of, and then you want to lie and say you love them. Boy, you don't love them, boy. That ain't the way you show nobody you love them. If you're gonna curse me out and tell me you love me, boy, you don't love me. Stop it. Verse 16. For their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. It's going to be a bloodbath. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood. Yep, you lay wait for your own blood, partner. While you thinking you about to do some damage, the damage will be done to you and your sidekick. The damage will be done to you. Verse 18, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privately for their own lives. Jump down, family, to verse 20 through 33. Wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the street. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates, in the city. She uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorners, and fools hate knowledge. A lot of these men y'all listen to are foolish. And they have big platforms, and the women that follow them, you foolish, sister. How you gonna let a man curse you out, lie and say he ain't talking about you, but then told you to go unsubscribe if you feel some type of way? That mean he was talking about you. Verse 23, turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit upon you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called, and ye have refused. And I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. Then should they call upon me, but I would not answer. They should seek me early, but they should not find me, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. I told you the Bible is instructions and reproof and correction, and it will guide you in the way of life. This Bible can save you. It can save your son. It can save your daughter. But when you have wicked Negroes among us who are deceiving God's flock and brainwashing men to hate their own sisters, that's a problem. Somebody got to call it out. And so far, me, Moshe Ben Yehuda, and King Adam, my beloved brother, it's the only three who have called out the wickedness of these men, guiding our other men in the wrong directions, to hate their sisters, to have a bloodbath with them. So you mean to tell me they're going to have a militia group on one side? So how this going to work? Are they going to go through the streets and just what, attacking women? What type of bloodbath are you talking about having, brother? Well, I don't want to call you brother, because the Bible say he that show himself a brother. You ain't showed yourself a brother, so we ain't brothers. And then you disrespected me and my brother Moshe as a man, calling us the B word, so you most definitely ain't my brother. Because I really believe that if we was in your presence and you would probably try to harm us. So we not your brother. Well, I can only speak for me. I ain't your brother. And I'm fine with it being like that too, partner. Because everybody ain't my brother anyway. And everybody ain't my sister anyway. I don't do the emotional thing as an Israelite. If you righteous and you trying to serve the people in righteousness, and you love your people and you love Yah and Yahshua first and then your people, and you try to guide them into the way of truth and light and not try to deceive them, we brothers, we sisters. But you want to go to war with your sisters and have a bloodbath, you're not my brother. And I'm fine with it being like that too. I can't speak for you, Israel. I can only speak for me. These Negroes are not my brother. Verse 31, therefore should they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. Now, listen to what the Bible just said. The Bible just said that men who think like what we've been hearing on YouTube, they are going to be filled with their own devices. So that means what he's saying that Yah gave him is going to happen to you, brother. It's going to happen to you. Because not only did you lie on Yah, talking about he gave you a sign. Man, all the signs in the Bible, he didn't give you no sign, bro. You lying, bro. He didn't give you no sign. Stop it. When have Yah ever in the Bible gave men a sign to go attack women? I'm talking about of the own nation of Israel. When? But all of a sudden in 2022, he give you a sign to do it though, right? He never did it before with no men in the Bible, but he gave it to you. Are you serious, man? To attack his daughters, he gave you a sign. He never did it before, family, in the history of the scriptures, ever. But he gave it to them, though, to attack his daughters. These Negroes will have you believe that God don't hear y'all prayer. When in the Bible, he say he hear the prayer of his daughters. And men don't understand you can hinder your prayer by the way you treat his daughters. He said you have dealt terrible with his daughters. And that's why your prayer is not heard. But I thought God don't worry about the daughters. Thought he don't care about them. Verse 32. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them. Y'all heard that? They are turning men's minds to hate women. So what did you say, y'all? For the turning away of the simple. A lot of people don't understand the scriptures. So for the turning away from the righteous path of the simple, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whosoever hearken unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Let's go to the last scripture, and this will be last, family. Isaiah 51. You men better be careful who you listen to. While you're in the comic section like a fun boy and a cheerleader agreeing with wickedness. All you men of the nation of Israel who participating in wickedness like a fun boy and a cheerleader riding another man's coattail, you weak. You weak. And I'm tired of going live asking you Negroes to come hit the, I'm so tired of asking Negroes who hate the sisters to come hit the link. One day I'm just going to go live and I'm not going to say nothing. And the title going to say, any one of you simple, goofy Negroes who hate the daughters of Zion, come hit the link and talk to a man. And I'm going to have my brother Moshe Ben Yehuda with me. If King Adam want to get up there with me. And we're going to just let the live run. And I'm going to see if any one of you goofy Negroes have enough kahunas to come hit the link. Since you got all the smoke for women, none for the men. None for the men. And don't use your feelings and emotions when we talk. Talk as a man. Instead of coming on the panel crying like a Isaiah 51. I had to catch myself. Isaiah 51. And this will be last, family. 17 through verse 20. Isaiah 51. And your brother K. Judah going to read 17 through 20. And it reads, awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which have drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury, that has drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling, and wrung them out. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth, neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she hath brought up. Talking about Jerusalem. These two things are come unto thee. Who should be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction and the famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. Do not black young men lie at the head of all the street corners? I mean, we used to do it. When I was coming up, we hung on the street corner. So this Bible is a true book. It was prophesied before we hung on the street corner. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. As a wild bull in the net, they are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God. So all our young men and all the young daughters, take heed to the Most High Yah while you still have breath. Take heed to the Most High Yah, mamas and daddies, and teach your little ones the fear of the Lord. Teach your children and give them instructions, and forsake not God's law. Fathers, be there for your children. Mothers, be there for your children. Raise them in the admonition of the Lord, that he may bless them and guide them with discretion all the days of their life. The Most High want to bless your children. He have a purpose for your children, but they are dying before the purpose can be manifested. They are dying before the purpose can be manifested. So do anybody have any questions, family, before your brother K. Judah shut it down? Do anybody have any questions before your brother K. Judah shut it down? I want to thank everybody for coming out, family. Y'all pray for y'all brother K. Judah. Y'all brother heart be heavy a lot of days. A lot of days. Being a teacher is not easy, family. People only see me on the panel, but they don't know the mental strength you have to put all this stuff together. Watching these videos that you putting this together, a baby is dying, and nobody's saying nothing. Nobody's saying nothing about it. Young men killing each other. Demonic activity all across America. Nobody's saying nothing about it. We do have cases where women do harm their children. We even have cases where women are not right. So don't think that I'm saying, oh, every daughter of Zion. No. If they of the world, let them stay of the world. Well, how we supposed to reach them, brother? Well, Yah would draw them in. So are you going to go into the hood where the energy is demonic and start preaching? Or are you going to use wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? Maybe Yah don't want you there. He would draw them in. So if they of the world, let them stay of the world until Yah draw them in, because we give it not the word. And if the word is for them, they will be drawn to the word. But y'all want to go have a bloodbath with Jezebels, harlots, and succubus. They act like the Jezebel and harlot spirit and the succubus spirit only for women, I guess. They act like the hoe-mongering spirit is only for women. They act like a woman being a hoe only going for women. Men can also be hoes. Hoe-mongers. A succubus. A lot of you men, you having this feminine spirit on you, crying and whining like a Jezebel. All Jezebel did in the Bible was complain and whine to Ahab about how he should take people's lands. He was weak. He let that woman run him to the core. And all she did was complain. And everything she told him to do, he did it. Ahab, a weak Israelite man. But what happened to Jezebel? She fell out a window and the dogs, and I don't think there was no regular dogs. Incubus. That's right, incubus. Thank y'all, my brothers. A lot of you men have the incubus spirit on you. It was probably some wolves. Because they say it was nothing of her remaining. Nothing. They mean they ate everything. So I want to say this to the righteous Israelite men of the nation. To the righteous Israelite men of the nation. And don't you know, I heard a Negro tell a woman to close their legs. Boy, you gotta be stupid. You need somebody to crawl between the legs, stupid. Woo! Help us, y'all. Hey, dumb. You need a man to crawl between the legs, goofy. Well, where can Judy if she close them? Well, he crawling through them, and they steady inching open, goofy. Tell him don't crawl through them. Yeah, tell a man to fall back. Yeah, I ain't think so. All right, family. All right, family. And let me say this. Me and Moshe don't care what you Negroes gonna say. Me and Moshe don't care about no videos. We would not be participating in your effeminate vibration. We would not be participating in your emotions, your crying, your whining, or your bleeding. I love y'all, family. Your brother K. Judah, thank y'all for y'all support. I say big salute to the CUC family. And big salute to my FOPE family. I cannot leave unless I run my family down. Brother Kahan, big salute, my beloved brother. Shiro, Oracle, my beloved sister of the CUC. Big salute, Shiro, my beloved sister. Wheezy, my beloved sister. Big salute to you. And thank you for sending me these videos in order to shine light to our people that we have to do better. Born Bold, my beloved sister. Big salute to you, my beloved sister, and many blessings. August Dreams, the one and only August. Thank you for putting the scriptures in the chat. Thank you, August of the CUC, my beloved sister. Love you always. Eve, the Bumite Slayer. Eve ate the fruit of lies, the Bumite Slayer. Always slaying Bumites. Big salute, my beloved sister of the CUC. Moshe Ben Yehuda, my sword swinging brother of the truth. My beloved brother Moshe, who stand 10 toes down. That's a man right there. This a man. For all you emotional Israelites, crybabies, my brother Moshe, that's a real solid Hebrew man who don't be on his platforms whining and complaining, but bringing it straight down the middle in righteousness. Big salute, Moshe, my beloved brother of the CUC. I love you with the pure heart. Obadiah Israel, my beloved brother. Thank you, big bro, for your support. Thank you for the love, my brother. And your brother K. Judah, love you right back. Reigning woman, my beloved sister. Big salute to reigning woman, my beloved sister. Thank you, reigning, for always sliding through and gracing us with your presence, my sister, and your love. Thank you. Nama Real, my beloved. Big salute to you, Nama Real of the CUC, and I love you, my sister, always. Been rocking with my sister for years, and she's still rocking with her brother strong. I ain't trying to leave nobody out. Jabroni, big salute, my beloved brother, and thank you for your support. I love you with the pure heart, my brother. Every year, my beloved brother of the CUC, every year, my flesh and blood. I love you with the pure heart. I thank you always, man, for, the real conversations, bro. Because my brother don't bite his tongue for nobody. He don't care who you is. King Adam, my beloved brother. Fire of the Most High Yah. The spirit of the Most High Yah. My beloved brother, King Adam. Big salute to you, my beloved brother. Keep banging on him. Keep speaking the truth of Yah and Yahshua. And I love you, King Adam, Always praying for you, my brother. Bees, my beloved big sister, and my big brother Jules, man, I love y'all. Also, Bees, praying for y'all. Stay strong, my sister. Many blessings to you and Jules. I love y'all relationship, the way y'all interact with each other, giving us an example of what it can be like for a man and a woman to be able to enjoy one another's company. And I love watching it, and I love the way y'all interact with each other, Bees. I really do. I just don't say nothing, but I be watching. Love you, Jews, and love you, Bees. Abaisi, I love you, my beloved brother, my humble brother, and many blessings to the wife, Abaisi. Many blessings to the wife. Juanita Mitchell, thank you for always showing support, my sister. Many blessings to you, my sister. I love y'all with the Pure Heart family. Y'all don't understand. The best way to show your love is by teaching your people the unadulterated truth. Because a lot of people seeking for it. They searching for it. They want it. But it's too many people lying, though. Monster Moshe, my brother from the dirt. I love you, Monster Moshe. And big salute to you, my beloved brother. Nit Yah, my beloved spiritual sister. I love you, Nit Yah, and the whole family. Many blessings to you, Nit Yah, and I love you with the pure heart, my beloved sister. Amina Coleman, Mike C., and the whole Coleman family. I love y'all family with the pure heart, my beloved family. The whole Coleman family. Love you, Mike C. Love you, Amina Coleman. And the whole Coleman family. I love y'all. Who I'm missing, family? Did I get everybody else to CUC? I'm trying to think. Think I did. I don't want to leave nobody out. I think I got everybody, family. I think I did. Oh, T. Washington. Love you, my sister. Many blessings to you. Thank you for always supporting your brother K. Judah. I'm praying for you always, you and your family. Many blessings to you, T. Washington. Love you, my sister. Mario, my beloved brother. Big salute, my humble brother Mario. Thank you for always showing love. Many blessings to you, Mario. I think that's it, family. Trying to make sure. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it, family. I think I got everybody. Oh, King Sean Mom. Many blessings to you, King Sean Mom. Thank you for always sliding through and showing support, my sister. Many blessings to you and your family. Y'all got to excuse my voice a little bit. Midwest Judite. Big salute to you, Midwest Judite. Big salute to you. Miss April. Big salute to you, my beloved sister, Miss April. Many blessings to you. Many blessings to you, Miss April. Weezy, my beloved. Did I say we? Well, if I did, I'm saying it again. Weezy, my beloved sister. Thank you for always showing your brother K. Judah love. Thank you for checking on me. Thank you for encouraging me. I love you, Weezy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, family. I think I got everybody. If I didn't get your family, I apologize. But I think I got everybody. You got to always show love to the people that watch you and support you. Because they don't have to do it. Nobody have to watch nobody on YouTube. Nobody don't have to support you. Nobody don't have to watch your video while you got Negroes crying and telling people, you better give me what's belong to me. You better give me what's mine. Nigga, this is YouTube. Well, y'all nigga, boy, hey, I'm being honest. A lot of you black men, boy, you are Gentile. I'm talking about, man, you act just like Gentile. You act just like Gentile. For real.
Let me talk to you. I don't wanna fight, I don't wanna argue. If we acknowledge the problem, then maybe we can solve it, babe. You ain't gotta speak, oh no, please don't bother. The pain too deep between you and me, don't let it go no farther. I respect you like my mother, you love me like your father. We barely knew our parents, so that made our job much harder. By the blind, we both was brought up, no love is what they taught us. We reciprocate the hate we learned, and somehow they still fought us. All we needed was some tender love and care. A crowded room, don't be confused, ain't none there. Yeah. Say all we needed was some tender love and care. They want you around, but you feel love when you not there. Oh, it ain't fair, you see. I promise I would never push you, never hit you. I will only love you. Yeah. Promise that I got the tat, I'm proving there could never be another. Yeah. Promise that I got your back and we would never let each other struggle. I honor that you got my back, cause you the brain and baby I'm the muscle, so I trust you. That's why I love you. You keep the devil beneath your feet, but God above you. Babe, that's why I trust you. That's why I love you. You keep the devil beneath your feet, but God above you. They call us the power couple. Shout out to others who left some things along the way, but not each other. Hey, my power couple, straight from the struggle. They lost some things along the way, but not each other. They call them. You can put the house in your name, I can put the lights in my name. You can put the gas in your name, put the layaway in my name. I can put the car in your name, put the cable in my name. I pay it off with my change, never wanna hear you complain. Yeah, now I respect you like my sister, you trust me like your brother. Our friends have separated, but we still ain't left each other. They talk down because they jealous, move on is what they tell us. When the love is stronger than your bone, is known to be rebellious. All we needed was some tender love and care. You call on family, for some ain't none there. Yeah. Say all we needed was some tender love and care. You got that love, it's best you keep it, cause it's real. It ain't fair, you see. I promise I would never push you, never hit you, never disrespect you. Promise that it's ever drama, I'm the one that's coming to protect you. Promise that I got your back, and if you ever feeling any pressure, I honor that you got my back, cause we unstoppable when we together. So I trust you, that's why I love you. Yeah. You keep the devil beneath your feet, but God above you. Babe, that's why I trust you. That's why I love you. You keep the devil beneath your feet, but God above you. They call us the power couple. Shout out to others who left some things along the way, but not each other. Hey, my power couple, straight from the struggle. They left some things along the way, but not each other. They call us the power. You can put the house in your name, I can put the lights in my name. You can put the gas in your name, put the layaway in my name. I can put the car in your name, put the cable in my name. I pay it off with my change, never wanna hear you complain.
Protect the babies. Pray for the babies. Children, respect your mama. Respect your daddy. Respect the elderly. Israel, we came over here together. We gonna leave together. All that going at one gender is not of Yah. Let me say it again. All that attacking one gender is not of Yah. You would know us by our fruit. You would know us by our fruit, who have called us or who have not been called. I keep warning you, Israel. You will know us by our fruit. You will know whether we are in righteousness or if we are in wickedness. So I don't understand, what more do you need to see for you to see that many are called, few are chosen. Just because these men are called don't mean they chosen. But y'all listening to them, giving them thousands of views with the rhetoric that they push. Real men stand as real men. Real men don't get emotional and start cursing and yelling and showing their effeminate vibration on the panel because people disagree with them. That's not a real man. Real men do real men things. And little boys cry and bleed on the internet. And in the words of my beloved sister, August Dreams, the one and only. Thank y'all for coming to the Lion's Den. Let's get it. And your brother K. Judah want to say, stop bleeding, and I stand on it. Shalom.